maps. I finished commercial high school, grade 13 in Istanbul, Turkey, completed my military service, worked there for 2.5 years to save some money, and arrived to Canada with $200 in my pocket, no return, one-way ticket. December, Montreal, Dorval Airport. As soon as airport door was open, it was cold. The next day, a young fellow from Germany and I was searching for work in the streets of Montreal, snow that thick. My first job was with a Montreal-style corned beef restaurant in St. Catherine West as a busboy. There were many young girls working there with shorts, month of December, of course, inside. They would pet by my bum and they would push me. Go, clean this, clean here, clean this table, they would say. Also, it was very nice of them to share their tips at the end of the day with me. I worked there for a short while, and next I worked for Volkswagen Limited company from Germany. How much are you going to pay me? I asked to the very militant-looking boss. That is entirely up to you, he said. I got $45 weekly as a Cardex clerk. After 6 weeks, for the reasons unknown, I got fired. In Canada, you need unemployment insurance, the chief accountant told me when I got my layoff slip. Next, I worked for Pink Lady Lingerie Limited as a shipping clerk. There were many young girls working there as manufacturing the lady lingeries. We were putting them into the boxes, shipping them, and as a shipping clerk for $60 a week. I worked there for 8 months, and next I worked for Quebec Catering Limited for 1 year, laid off. And next I worked for People's Stores Limited for a few months or 3 months before I got fired. And next I worked for Consolidated Engines Machinery Limited as an accountant clerk for 8 months also before I got fired. I had a very nice French-Canadian girlfriend. My relationship, or our relationship, had ended. So I got fired from both ends and felt free. Went back to Istanbul, Turkey, and worked there as a marketing research man for an American company less than a year, and returned back to Montreal, Canada before my immigration visa should not expire. I took I stayed in housekeeping room in Montreal for a week and took the train, arrived to Vancouver, Canada with $800 in my pocket. Not in my pocket, in my bank account, Toronto Dominion Bank. My first job was with Adams Labs Limited for a few months or 3 months before I got fired, and then I worked for the railways for 2.5 years also before I got fired. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on here? You get hired, fired, hired. No, you have to be fired. No, you have to be hired before you get fired. So you get hired, fired, hired, fired, hired, fired. But then you're gaining experience, because everywhere you go they ask, do you have Canadian experience? You say, oh, but. As a newcomer, you say, no. Then they say, sorry. No, sorry, no, sorry, no, sorry, you're nowhere. Now that you are fired, no, you have to be hired before you're hired. Now that you're hired, fired, then you go for an interview. Do you have Canadian experience, they ask. You say, yes! Hey! Now, every time you're hired, you're so happy to get a job. And every time you're fired, you're free, so happy. Hired, happy to get a job. Fired, free, happy. Hired, happy to get a job. Fired, free, happy. And at the meantime, you're gaining Canadian experience. Hey. Gamba hiya, gamba hiya, gamba ha. Hemma hiya, gamba hiya, gamba hiya, gamba ha. La 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 la.